Hello everyone, my name is SwingPoynt and welcome to Resident Evil Reverse. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 8. And today we're going to talk about Hunk. A lot of people are really excited to talk about Hunk, excited to play Hunk, because we don't get to see him that often in this series. He's around and he shows up, but to get to play him, we don't get to do that often. So Hunk's in this video game and he's awesome and we're going to talk about him, okay? Now, I get that the beta's done, but I have a bunch of footage from when we were playing before, so we can still talk about Hunk and we can still cover him. So we're going to talk about Hunk's skills, how to play him, and then I'll show you what he looks like in a match, and then we'll talk about how to counter Hunk, okay? So let's talk about Hunk. Hunk is rocking a MUP and LE5 for his weapons. They do not behave like they did in Resident Evil Resistance. What I can tell you about these weapons is that the LE5 is awesome, but, it takes a long time to reload. It can do a ton of damage over a short period of time, but you got to be careful. That long reload time will get you in trouble. So, definitely not the worst weapon out there, but definitely not the best. The CQBR, in my opinion, outclasses the LE5 due to its reload times. If you are in a fight with Hunk and you are low on ammo or you got to reload, get out of there, because it's going to take longer than you expect it to. Make sure you're ready to get into a fight when you're Hunk. Hunk himself is a stealth character. He takes advantage of opportunities. So let's take a look at his skills here and you'll understand why I say that. He has 3 skills here just like everybody else. He has Tragedy of the Reaper for his passive skill, and this skill causes his active camouflage to last longer if he gets an assassinate while he's using active camouflage. So what's active camouflage? Active camouflage is a skill that he can use to make himself translucent, not transparent. It says transparent, but that's a lie. He is not invisible. It makes him translucent, and in my opinion, more importantly, it makes his footsteps silent. Also, while you are actively camouflaged, his Assassinate skill does more damage. So let's talk about Assassinate. Assassinate is a skill that Hunk has on his R1 that allows him to lunge forward, bust out a dagger, and then stab whatever's in front of him. Now, if you are actively camouflaged, this is going to be a one-hit kill on a survivor, so it's awesome for that. It's not going to be a one-hit kill on a bioweapon, but there's a good chance that it's going to stun the bioweapon, then you can dodge backwards and then finish it off with your LE5. So now let's dig a little bit deeper here. Let's talk about some more advanced things that you don't get just from reading the descriptions, okay? Let's start with active camouflage. Active camouflage is a really nice skill for a bunch of reasons. One big reason that they don't list off here in the description is that it prevents bioweapons from locking onto you. Now, when you play a bioweapon in this game, you can press L2 on your PlayStation controller, and that will allow you to lock onto a survivor, really any target, but it focuses survivors. When you are locked onto a target, it allows you to easily chase them down, it allows you to be more accurate, and it makes it a lot easier to hit your skills as a bioweapon. All of these things meaning that it's way easier to take down a survivor. So, when Hunk has his active camouflage on, you cannot lock onto him. Bioweapons have to manually attack him. They have to chase him down manually, focus their skills on him, and aim their skills all manually. You don't just get to press lock on and rail into him. So this makes it so that Hunk is pretty good at dealing with bioweapons in that respect. Other things to know about active camouflage. You can still attack with your LE5 and your MUP while you're in active camouflage. It will not interrupt active camouflage, which is awesome, but you can still be attacked while you're in active camouflage. And keep in mind that somebody who's played this game for a little bit, they're going to attack you. You are not invisible. You are not invisible. I hate that it says transparent. You are not invisible. They can still see you, and they can see you pretty easily. So keep in mind that you are still at risk after you use your camouflage. Now, I think when you read the skill here and it says, Assassinate does bonus damage while you're camouflaged, that makes people go straight into the mindset of, oh, well, that means I should use this as an offensive skill. Which, yes, you should. If you have the opportunity, I would absolutely try to, walk around a corner, go camo, and then nail somebody who's chasing you with your Assassinate dagger. But active camouflage is also really, really nice as a defensive skill. Since active camouflage makes you harder to see, and it makes your footsteps silent, it makes it a really good skill to help you just get on out of there, especially if like 3 or 4 people show up and you're in a lot of trouble. Press active camouflage and run. Chances are, if there's a bunch of people fighting in one room and you just like disappear, they're not going to keep focusing you. They're going to start working on somebody else who they can see. A good player might still try to chase you down, but chances are you're going to be able to get out of a fight. And the reason why this matters is, again, this game's all about kill streaks. At least in the beta it was. The deathmatch mechanic of this game is all about kill streaks. The higher your kill streak, the more score you were going to get, the better you were going to do. So active camouflage allows you to get out of a bad situation, protect your kill streak, regroup, reset up, and then come back to a fight when Hunk is ready. Again, he's a stealth character. Play him like one. That means he can sneak up on people, but that also means he can sneak away from people. So active camouflage, use it both ways. It's gonna do a lot more for you if you keep in mind that it's also a defensive skill. But now let's talk about assassinate here. There's a couple of things to know about assassinate. Again, if you have active camouflage on and you hit a survivor with it, you're gonna one hit down them. That being said, you don't only have to use it when you have active camouflage on. It's still a very powerful skill. So let's say you did a bunch of damage to someone and then you lunge forward and nail them. Well, you're still probably gonna finish them. Also, assassinate can be used as a way to stun. Chances are it will stun the survivor who it hits, then you can dodge backwards and then finish them off with your LE5. It's also really good at stunning a bioweapon. Now, you're probably not going to one-hit kill a bioweapon with assassinate. They have a lot more health than survivors do. But in the example of, let's say you just took down a survivor and then they turn into a blob, once that thing comes charging for you and its invincibility wears off, you can lunge forward and stab it, and then it's going to blobble around for a little bit like its blobby self will do, and then you can finish it off with your LE5. Okay? Something to keep in mind, though, is that assassinate has a very short range. Very short range. There will be times where you look like you stab someone and it doesn't work. You need to like stab through them. So you will get a feel for Hunk and how close you gotta be to use assassinate, but just keep in mind it's closer than you think it is. And now on to his final skill, his passive, Tragedy of the Reaper. Getting a kill with assassinate while you're camouflaged will extend your active camouflage. Now, where do I think this is useful? A lot of people might be like, oh, well, maybe that means that if I kill somebody with assassinate, I can kill another person with assassinate. Doesn't quite work out that way. It can, but I don't think I was able to do that during the entire beta because it's a lot harder than it sounds. The only way you're going to get 2 kills with assassinate is if you go active and then you assassinate someone right away, and then you have to wait for the cooldown of assassinate to recharge. And then at the very end of your newly replenished active camo, you might be able to get another assassinate in, but again, there has to be somebody right in front of you because you're not going to have a whole lot of time to do it. So where is this actually useful? I think this is actually useful when you take down a survivor because of what we talked about earlier. We talked about how you cannot lock on with a bioweapon when Hunk is transparent. So for example, you get into a fight with someone and you take them out. It could have been a tough fight. You might be low on health. Well, if you take out a survivor, right where you took them out, that's where their bioweapon's gonna spawn. So this gives you the opportunity to get on out of there. That's where I think this is the most useful. The last thing you want to deal with is a really strong bioweapon. So since you're translucent and they can't hear your footsteps, it gives you an opportunity to leave. It allows you to regroup and reset up. I don't think this is mainly a passive used for offense. I think it's best used as a defensive passive. It allows you to regroup or just reposition and catch your next enemy off guard, or maybe even catch that bioweapon off guard in case you do have a bunch of health. You can sneak up around them, you can hit them with a different angle, something that allows you to, again, be stealthy. Hunk is a stealth character, he's an opportunist, play him that way. So now let's show you what Hunk looks like in a match. We recorded this on twitch.tv/SwingPoynt, links in the description if you want to be a part of those streams. I'd love to see you guys over there. And without further introduction, here is Hunk. Sorry, chat, I gotta do something. Sorry. Darth, welcome to the $1 club. Thank you for clicking join. I think we can still win after... Oh god, I have the wrong gun out. Jesus.
You're breathtaking.
Thank you, Darth. Sorry, I had to fix something from the Claire video. Okay, who do I gotta get? All the way over there, huh? Small chance, but I'll try. Let's go blob it up. Oh, he's already dead. Let's go pick on Ada. Oh, I'm so chunky right now. Oh, if I would have jumped, I probably could have got him. I started like a minute late, didn't I? Oh God, I gotta get with it here. I don't even think I've seen a viral canister, let alone picked one up. There's my revenge target. Is he coming for me? Nope, went the other way. Stole that. These two are gonna fight. He's on fire, so that means he's been fighting. Yeah, fire means that they've been fighting. Like, that's not what it means, but like, it's an easy tell that they've been fighting, I should say. Damn. I gotta get ammo. Damn. I hear someone. Blob me, baby. So here's Hunk. He's really good. He'll win you a lot of games, especially if you play him right. But how do you counter him? He seemed almost untouchable in this match we just had. But what do you do to counter him? Frankly, as good as Hunk can be, I think he's pretty easy to deal with. Even though he's got a good weapon, there's better weapons out there. Even though he's got a good R1 skill, there's way better R1 skills out there. And even though he can be translucent, you can still see him. So the way I would deal with Hunk is just look for him. Know that he exists, and then just watch to see if he's there. If you're a survivor, you're going to be able to take him out the same way you would any other time. Just got to watch for him. I would be careful when chasing Hunk, because if he whips around a corner and you lose line of sight, chances are he's going to turn around and try to stab you. So be careful that he might try to do that. Now, that being said, you can use that against him, because if you know that Hunk players like turning around a corner and then stabbing you, well, if you're Claire, you can throw one of your stuns at him and he'll be stunned in place. You can just walk around the corner and finish him off. If you're Jill, you can move faster than Hunk can, so you can just dodge and then swipe right up around the corner if you're expecting him there. If you're Chris, you can use Indomitable Spirit, roll up on in there and just face tank the freaking damage that he's gonna give you. And then if you're Ada, you can just go ahead and run away because Ada sucks. Realistically, what you could do as Ada is you press L1 after Hunk turns the corner. That'll throw a bomb at the ground. It'll probably stun him and stagger him. And then you run around the corner and use your somersault and take him out. Realistically, though, it's probably not going to work out that way, and you're still going to lose because you're playing Ada Wong. So this is Hunk. Let me know what you think about him, if you're excited for him. Let me know if you're going to be a Hunk player or if you're going to play somebody else when the full game comes out. I like playing him. I think he's a lot of fun. I don't think he's the best, but he is pretty good. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your time, and then I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream that we do around here.